the light at the end of the tunnel, which I feel like is really, really close to us right now. And I think it really starts with summer. We're very, very, very excited about our summer offerings and all the partnership opportunities that are going to be available this summer. We're really fortunate to have such great partners, both in the city and throughout nonprofits and our local partners. We know that summer closes opportunity gaps. One of the things that research shows us clearly is that students need to continue learning throughout the course of the year. And so one of our goals is to ensure that we are eliminating opportunity gaps. And one of the only ways that we can do that is if we make sure that we have really rich and meaningful and engaging and fun and joyful learning opportunities for all of our students over the summer. So we are planning those opportunities. We're excited to be able to announce both expanded opportunities that we've offered in the past, brand new opportunities that are coming our way that we're planning for, and some new expansions to partnership opportunities that exist. And we're just very excited for the community to be able to have access to these and for us to all be out and enjoying being in community and reconnecting and learning and having fun again together over the summer. We are committing significant resources from the our recovery plan. We've been building a recovery plan, and we will continue to build a recovery plan that will last 3 years. So the American Rescue Plan gives us funding as a district, gives each district in the state and across the country funding to support efforts to come back from the pandemic. And one of the big pieces of the recovery planning process is summer. And so we are devoting in this first summer $400,000 of that funding to provide free summer programming, K to 12, pre-K to 12, actually. We have 14 different summer opportunities. We're offering over 500 seats just within the BSD specific programs. We were trying to calculate the numbers before the show, and it looks like we're upwards of 1,000 seats overall if we include all the partnership opportunity, all the partner programs and our own programs, and just what we're able to offer as a city. So, Mayor, just a great opportunity for our residents. All free and accessible, working on transportation to make sure that they are accessible via transportation and also convenient for families so that more full day programs, more everyday programs, more aftercare programming as well. Right now, some of our programs have been open for registration. Some will be opening. So I would just remind families to keep an eye on the emails that are coming from schools and from our aftercare programming to sign up for these programs. And families are signing up right now. So we're just, so excited, grateful for the opportunity to be able to offer all these programs. So I want to kind of give some of the highlights. I'm going to go through each of the programs to a certain extent and give everybody a sense of what we're offering. The first kind of area is the expanded BSD program. So these are programs that we've offered over the years, and we're able to add to those programs. So that includes our Success program, which is a program for our multilingual high school students. And that's traditionally been a half-day program in the mornings, and we're able to now offer a full day of programming for our high school students who are multilingual learners. Really important for them to have the opportunity to be learning all day with us in the summer. We're adding English learner teachers to our Burlington and Winooski partnership middle school program that we've been offering at Hunt. This again provides just more access. We need to make sure that the students who need us most, we're providing the best program we can for them. And so that's part of what we're doing and part of our rationale for how we've designed this. We're expanding the number of spots in our BHS summer transition program. And that's for students who are transitioning from 8th to 9th grade. And in this program, we provide supplemental education and work-related service experiences with the goal of helping students prepare for high school and navigate that really important transition from middle school to high school. We are adding programming time to our SOAR program. So we've offered a SOAR program for many years. Our district, this is our district-wide elementary summer program that we offer at CP Smith. This program traditionally lets out at 1:30, but we're working with Parks, Recreation, and Waterfront to create programming in the afternoon. So that will continue out throughout the afternoon. And we're also increasing the number of English language teachers in that program, again, to make sure that we're prioritizing access for our families who have students who are learning English, who are multilingual, and students who are receiving special education services, to make sure that we're really prioritizing those students in our summer programming. Last but not least, in the internal programming that we're expanding, we're adding 2 more weeks of summer camp in August. So we've heard over time that that time between when summer programs end and school starts in August is really a hard time for families. And so we're adding time in these weeks before school starts as a to fill in that gap. In addition to our BSD programs, we're super excited to use the American Rescue Plan funding to support partnership programs. So we're partnering with the Fletcher Free Library to expand the library's Summer Challenge program, and that's supporting the addition of 5 temporary positions, really sort of helping to build that out in any way we can. And this will enable the program to provide more frequent visits to current summer outreach sites and to expand other sites. We're also partnering with King Street Center to support the expansion of summer programs, hours. A great partner for us and by offering aftercare programming now. So this will allow us to offer aftercare programming until 5:30, which is really significant because it allows families to continue to work. And many families are working until 5 and 5:30. It also provides funding for every student to participate in the Summer Story Explorers program, where students will read the same books together and then participate in activities designed to reinforce the subject matter that they're learning about as they're reading. We're partnering with Sarah Holbrook Community Center to help provide transportation to increase the number of students who can attend their programming. Again, access and addressing the opportunity gap through these funding sources. We're partnering with Flynn Center for the Performing Arts to support performing arts activities in the first 2 weeks of August for K-5 students in collaboration with Burlington Parks Rec and Waterfront. Again, we're really excited about that partnership and the other partnerships that are brewing or that we're planning with Burlington City Arts, Burlington Parks Rec and Waterfront. And you'll hear more from them after me today, so I won't go into too much detail there. Lastly, we're really pumped about some brand new offerings that we're able to offer in BSD at the district. So we're going to offer a Racial Justice Academy. This will be our first ever Racial Justice Academy, an awesome program where we'll focus on academics, engagement, and social justice, really building that spirit of agency and activism among our students to make sure that our students have voice and are engaged in our civic processes. Really awesome program that I'm excited about. Some highlights of the program are that we'll continue to engage the cohort of students, not just in the summer, but throughout the year, and really build, agency among students throughout the year. And also it'll be a paid program. So students participating in this will be paid. We are also going to have an alternative connections to education program. And so this is a summer program for students in our alternative high schools. We have a couple of alternative programs within our high school in separate locations, Horizons and On Top, great schools. And this will be geared toward re-engaging students this summer. The program will offer split days in 2 3-hour sessions with credit recovery in the morning and enrichment and engagement activities in the afternoon. And we're excited to be hiring some of our own students to help lead this program. We're going to be offering a book club for middle school students. And last but not least, we're offering a BHS Summer Resiliency, Re-engagement, and Connection program to provide 1-week mini experiences for students who may be involved in other types of programming, but they have this 1 week. And that's for incoming and current BHS students. And it's a week-long experience that will focus on re-engaging and connecting with peers at BHS. And so, we're just super grateful for the opportunity to be able to provide this level of programming. We know it's important. We know it's critical to offer summer and after school programming to eliminate the achievement gap. And we are just excited for these opportunities for our students and thankful for the partnership. Mayor, for your partnership and for your team and the partnership with others across town. So that's our update. I would tell people just, keep tuned in. We'll be putting it out in community updates, in my own community updates, in our individual emails from principals and schools out to staff, and we'll be spreading the word. So looking forward to all the opportunities available this summer.
Wow, Tom, that's a lot. Thank you. Thank you for all that. Is it fair to summarize this as a unprecedented level of uh, youth programming summer activity?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is above and beyond. I haven't been here before, but my team, who's been leading in the planning, Christy Galisi is one of our lead planners here, and she's just really been pushing, and we have a lot of support across the board. So definitely an unprecedented amount of summer programming going on here, and just the ability to offer more programs, different kinds of programs that last longer throughout the day. It's just much we've been hearing from families that, they really want summer activities. And we've been hearing from families, they want options and they want stuff that's different from the school year, but also reinforces the learning. And so, we're just feeling really good about this year. And I would remind people too, that the recovery plan that we're developing now, we're going to develop a strategic plan over the course of the summer and into the fall. And so we'll be putting the recovery planning process, developing that recovery planning process into our engagement process with the community. We're going to start doing empathy interviews this summer, and even training people in how to do empathy interviews. If anyone's interested, they should reach out to be a part of that. And then we'll have a radically inclusive coalition to build this strategic plan. And the recovery plan will be built in there. And so this recovery plan lasts until 2023. So this won't be the only summer that these types of activities are available. And I think what we'll see is, based on the success of the programming, that we'll want to continue this work year over year.
Great, great. Well, thanks for adding that. I think that's an important message. This is a really expanded level of youth programming during this summer, and the resources are in place and authorized so that this could continue into future summers as well. Same thing is true on the city side, where some of the emergency programs we are setting up for this recovery are starting now and have the potential to last into 2024. So great, Tom. This is great news for Burlington kids who have been hit hard, like kids all across the world, by this pandemic. We know that so many have had their education disrupted in one way or another. We think we've done better than just about anywhere else here in Burlington, where you've kept the schools open and where the community really rallied to keep their educational opportunities in place. But at the same time, we have to acknowledge there's been an impact. Having this kind of opportunity during the summer is great for kids. It's great for families that are trying to get back to work coming out of this pandemic. So many people going back to work after an extended period where they were working from home or not working at all. Having this kind of supports for kids really helps working families as well. So I know you guys had a lot of details you had to work through in a short period of time to make this this announcement today possible. Thank you for that hard work, and thank you for what you've done. The city's excited to be a partner with you.
Awesome.
In this. I do think the care of our children, the support of our children, is a shared task. You guys have the lead role, but we like being a partner and being able to fill in the non-school hours, and sort of summer counts as that. And it's great to see such expanded programming on the city side as well, which we'll talk about more in a moment. Anything else you'd like to add at this point?
Yeah, just that I just couldn't agree more. I think we're a community, a tight community, and I've so appreciated that coming in here this year. And we have to do the work together. And I think that this is a great kind of way to show that, and to experience the partnership in very real ways. And I think it can also kick off other partnerships that happen during the school year. And so I just kind of look forward to those opportunities. And then I would just say, we're really focusing on joy, right? Creating joy for students. And what we've learned, there have been a couple studies that have come out around the pandemic and loss of instructional time. And what they've found is that going back and reteaching or remediating does not work. It actually makes students do worse. And so the work is actually in creating joyful learning opportunities, accelerating their learning. And that is what brings them to the level of the expectation that we have for them, right? And so it's particularly important, particularly for our students who have special education needs, who are English learners, our students who have been historically marginalized, we tend to overdo remediation and it just does not work. And so this programming is all about addressing the opportunity gap through creating joyful learning experiences. So excited to do that.
Joyful learning experiences. I love that, Tom. I've never, I gotta say, I don't think that I would not have described much of my K through 12 education as being about joyful learning experiences. I love that that's the focus. Thank you for coming on to share that. If you're able to stick around, we do have a few members of the media with us. We'll go to questions in a couple minutes. First, though, let's get to some additional updates. Next up, we have our Burlington City Arts team here. Key leaders of our Burlington City Arts team, Zach Williamson and Doreen Kraft. Zach, I think we'll hear from you first. Exciting things happening right now. I think as we speak, my daughter Ada is splashing around in City Hall, the City Hall Park fountain. My understanding is there's a lot more of that splashing around planned for this year and more. Bring us up to speed, Zach.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Mayor. Happy to be here. So yeah, City Hall Park is with this kind of early spring weather, it has really proven to be a fantastic space in downtown Burlington. And I am fortunate to have my office right there and to look out and see people enjoying that park. It's really exactly what we've been looking forward to for the last 10 years, and to see it happening is awesome. So it's been really a great place all on its own. And then starting this weekend, BCA is rolling out a whole bunch of new programming in the park. It also is rather unprecedented in its approach, and we're really able to do this with the new park and with the support of the city to bring a bunch of family-friendly programming to the park. And we're only going to touch on just a few of the things here. There's actually a total of 5 new programs happening basically 6 days a week, but we're going to highlight the kind of family appropriate ones here. Starting with Splash Dance. So the fountain has been a terrific new addition to the park, and it's going to come alive even more on Fridays at 4 o'clock. So every single Friday, starting this Friday, June 4th, until September 10th. It's quite a long range. We'll be having a total of 15 different DJs from the community there at 4 to 5:30. They'll be set up with some tunes, and the fountain, we did this on the kickoff opening of the park last October, and it worked so well just to have live music happening with a DJ there and the activity of the fountain. We think it's a great way for families to come down and kind of start their weekends right, maybe get dinner afterwards, hang out in the park, and really make that splash fountain come alive. So this month we have DJs, DJ Bodell, DJ Steel Wool on June 11th, DJ Craig Mitchell is there on June 18th, and then DJ Disco Phantom is there on June 25th. And then starting in July and August, we're actually working with the Friends of A-Dog Foundation. They're going to be curating a whole 2-month rotation of DJs that they work with. And then we're back in September, ending with DJ Lou on September 10th. So it's a really cool lineup. We'll be out there every Friday at 4 o'clock. Working with that, we have the Twilight Concert Series. So that's going to be every other Friday and Saturday. And this is a new concert series, a little bit bigger than the summer concert series, which I'll talk about next. These are slightly bigger bands. They're all based from Vermont. These are 7 o'clock shows on the new performance stage. So it's down by the City Hall steps on the park side. There's a nice large flat space there. People can sit on the lawn. It turns out to be a really great, intimate, but awesome way to see a show right down in downtown Burlington along Main Street. It's really going to be pretty cool. So we start that in conjunction with Jazz Fest this Friday and Saturday. We have the band Guagua, Latin Jazz on Friday, and Soul Mond on Saturday. Then we are back with Myra Flynn on June 18th, and as part of Juneteenth celebration on the 19th, we have Dwight and Nicole, and we keep going all summer long with bands like Red Hot Juba, Leather Bound Books, and then Soba Yoma plays to close us out in September. So you can find the full schedule at our website, burlingtoncityarts.org. But every other Friday, Saturday, it should be a really great time out there. And then another concert series is the long-running BCA Summer Concert Series. That's every Wednesday and Friday at 12:30 in June, July, and August, a total of 24 shows. It's a lot to program and a lot to produce, but I have a great team, and we bring interns who have done sound at UVM or have an interest in sound, and we bring them to help. They learn how to mix concerts and do production work through this series, which is really great. And so those concerts are on the BCA patio. It's been a long-running series back in the previous park. We were on Church Street for the last 2 years, but we're thrilled to be back out in the park. We kicked that off a week from today, actually, with Bird Code as part of Jazz Fest and the Andrew Richard Ensembles on Friday. And we keep going through the whole summer with Nate Wallace-Gusikoff, the Moonshells, Ali T is coming, Trio Gusto, just a whole host of great bands. These bands definitely are on the more chill side. It's a 12:30 concert, so it's great to bring lunch, totally family friendly. It's awesome to, we have all that great new furniture in the park, and it's going to be a great time where people can eat lunch, hear some great music, and support the arts at the same time. It's one of my highlights of my job for sure, is programming this series. So there's more information on that also on our website. And I'll just mention the other two events or parts of programming in the park are All Heart Inspiration, where we're going for Farine Paris Mayor. That'll be storytelling at 5 o'clock on Tuesdays, every Tuesday starting June 15th. And we're starting a program in July and August called Listen Up, which is every Monday at 12:30. Two great hosts from town, Gina Stevenson and Quinn Roll, will be hosting kind of like a TED Talk, community TED Talk, look at people who live and work in Burlington and what they do and what makes this place work. So all that is coming as well.
Zach, great. Well, I know you had to talk quick to get all that in. It's a lot, but it's awesome. All this is free. All this is to open to anyone. I'm glad you mentioned the furniture that is there in the park. A few times when I've been down there, I get asked, are we, can anyone sit in this furniture? Yes, that's what it's there for. It is for people to bring food, get takeout at a downtown restaurant, and come sit in the park, enjoy these great events. Thank you for all the work you put into this. It's really exciting to have this kind of lineup set.
Awesome, thank you.
So now I think Doreen is also with us to share a little bit more about the other kinds of opportunities that BCA has planned beyond the City Hall Park events. Doreen, what do you got?
Yeah, I've got a lot. I mean, I'm almost exhausted and jealous that there is no way that we will be able to attend everything that we're offering this summer. Otherwise, we wouldn't be working. But what a thrill for the Burlington community. And Moreau, I was thinking when you were talking before that we really ought to change the sign in all of the entrances to Burlington that says the city where anything is possible, because it's truly amazing, not just with your summary of coming through COVID, but like coming out of COVID and how much is prepared for the community to enjoy and to really be part of an emotional as well as an economic recovery in the community. So happy to be a part of that. So proud of the partnerships that exist with our fellow department heads, with parks and library and Church Street Marketplace and the school system. It's amazing how much we've done together in a way that is, as we say a lot these days, unprecedented, because we lived a tiny bit in our silos before COVID, and we're never going back. We love each other. And we are able to provide so much more because of that collaboration, and especially under your leadership, Moreau. So, okay, like diving in now. So this studio, this picture you're looking, our clay studio, it looks a little empty because this was the beginning of COVID and we had to have quite a distance. That's going to be filled this summer to the capacity that is permitted. So we'll be able to bring back, pretty much 50 to 60% of what we've done in other years. And if we go on to the next slide, we can talk a little bit about that studio, as well as our other 5 studios, will be used during camps during the summer. There are full day camps available. There's part half days. There's still some spots available, and we're working our hardest to kind of tweak out, just getting as many young people in there as we can and are allowed to, and it's safe. It's pretty amazing. And so please, stay in touch with us, call, we will get back to you and find a way to bring you in. We have full scholarships available so that no one is left behind and everyone has an opportunity, as Tom said, to have a joyful learning experience. We feel that's very much a part of how we create. Next slide. PAL Camp, this again is a collaboration, as I said, with our other departments in the cultural departments in the city of Burlington. And it's a time, I think Tom referred to this as well, where there's not a lot of other camp programs. People are closing down, schools are getting ready to get their classrooms to go back. And so this is a unique effort at reaching out to explore and offer opportunities for those weeks in between, where parents still are required to be at work and children still need to have the availability of different opportunities to explore, to create, to use their imagination. Next slide. So a couple of unique things that are coming out of this collaboration with the Burlington school system is that we are doing a partnership with the Juniper Collective and working on a large-scale mural. One of the elementary schools will be chosen. I think we should know that pretty soon. And so young artists will be working in collaboration with really phenomenal muralists who will work with us during this summer season. Of course, Family Art Saturdays comes back and continues. Their drop-in days out on the patio. It's the 4th Saturday of the month. We are trying to figure out with this unbelievable exhibition that is now being getting its final touches put on. It's opening up on Friday evening so that we can thrill the community. We're going to be doing See, Think, Do. That's a gallery education program where family and adults can come, engage with the exhibition, drop in, but also plan to have a guided tour. And you're able to then create some of the work themed from the exhibition and carry some artwork home. You can sign up for these tours. We can take up to groups of 15 people. It can happen as much as we are able to meet the needs of the community with the staffing that we have. And I hope you'll take a chance, because I think for the marketplace, we can say the thrill is here when we open the doors this Friday evening to a extravaganza of delight and color and imaginative play. So please join us. I think that's it, Merle.
Okay, well, that's a lot, Doreen. Thank you. That's great. And the best way for people who want more information to sign up for slots, go to the BCA website, and that's where that's how you get more detailed information about the camps.
That's the best way, burlingtoncityarts.org.
Okay. And then finally, we are going to hear from Cindy White, our Parks, Recreation, and Waterfront Director, to talk about the additional programming going on in city parks and recreation programs across the city. Cindy, welcome back to the briefing, and bring us up to speed on what's back and what's new this summer. Cindy, are you, I see you, I'm not hearing you.
All right, we had our mascot going, and you got to be quiet with the mascot. Did you see my mascot? It was hard to see with my mascot on, but we have Be the Bee will be back this summer. I want to say,
I apologize, Cindy. Maybe it was just me. The Zoom camera didn't go to you. You didn't go to the bee, but now I understand why. Awesome. Glad the bee is back.
Bee is back. And, talking about all the amazing things going on. Like, so last year when we, pandemic full blown, you felt kind of like, wow, what a great place to be stuck in Vermont, during a pandemic. And this year was exciting thinking about, oh man, the trips I get to go on, but now hearing all the amazing things that Doreen and Zach have lined up for City Hall Park, it's like, I don't want to leave. There's too much fun things going on here in Burlington. So I'm going to miss opening this opening big weekend, heading off on vacation, see my daughter graduate from college. But Doreen, I love you, but you know, the kids, she's counting on me. So we'll look forward to catching out some more of that action and we get back to Vermont. But lots of great things going on with BPRW. So what's back? Like, what didn't we do last year that will be back this year? Shelter rentals is one of them. We've got our shelter rentals back going for North Beach. That's always popular if people are doing family reunions or maybe a business, you know, wants to do a special event down by the waterfront. So North Beach is open. Oakledge is first come, first serve because we're anticipating we'll be under construction out there for our bike path pretty soon. And then we have a new shelter rental at Letty, giving that a test. Field trips back. You know, last year with the kids, we made it as fun as we could, you know, on site. But this year we'll be able to bring the kids out and about with Champ Camp and the Rec Nutrition Program. They'll be able to go to a lot of their favorite places they always enjoy doing. Full capacity for our marina. Last year we opened late, but we were able to open, but now we're full capacity. It was just an amazing Memorial Day weekend for boaters coming down. Beach Bikes is back at Letty Beach. And I want to note that if maybe Wednesdays don't work for you, Letty Beach Bikes every Wednesday starting in July. That night doesn't work, guess what? You can go down to Letty any other time. We've got Out Front Foods, a new food truck that's at Letty on the other nights. Well, they'll be down there, beach bites too, but then other nights you can go down, you know, and get a bite to eat from a food truck while you're enjoying the beach. I'm pretty excited. I admit I have not tried it yet, but they have a vegan pulled pork. Well, it's not pulled pork, obviously. A vegan, I guess, pulled sandwich, maybe you call it. I'm not exactly sure what you call vegan pulled pork, but it sounded pretty yummy to me, to this non-meat eater. Paddleboard and kayak rentals back at North Beach. We did offer at Oakledge last year, but they are at North Beach this summer, a little bit more accessible location for people want to try to give that a shot. Football camp is back. You can kind of guess we couldn't do that last year because of the close contacts. We've got that camp back. Lego camp, chess camp, there was just lots of small pieces for sharing. They decided to cancel. Those are back on. And then another really nice one is might seem like a minor detail, but it's kind of a big deal, is rain sites are back. So we're able to bring more, so like example, Letty Arena, we've got the studio ice sheet that's not ice in the summer. We're able to use that for rain sites. Last year with the limited capacity in the buildings, we couldn't bring other people in with our camp that was happening there. So that's really nice. We don't have to just cancel on a rain day. They can transfer the location and still have camp. Some new things we've got going, again, the shelter rental at Letty. That's been a community request for us to have something down there. So we have a tent this year. Probably have that over the next couple of summers, give a sense of, you know, what location works best. Is there really interest in it? So people can rent that out. We've got picnic tables under it. Great. Esports, I know it's summertime and you're thinking of getting everybody outside, but you know what? Video games are a really big deal around here and across the country. So we're excited to be able to jump in on that action. It's a Vermont league and it's from kids all the way through to adults. 5-week program that they join on, and there's, I can't begin to, like, there's some Smash, there's like a Fortnite, I'm not completely attuned with esports, except for, I guess it's a really big deal. So we're hoping our Burlington kids join into that and stay really competitive because, as you know, I'm a bit competitive, so I expect Burlington to be on top when it comes to that esports league. And the other one's new is, as Superintendent Flanagan talked about, is, you know, working with the school system. It's allowed us to expand our recreation nutrition program with the support from Burlington School District. And so we'll have rec nutrition at CP Smith, because that's the site for the summer SOAR program that the school does. We'll be providing recreation nutrition in the afternoon, so kids can be at SOAR in the morning, and then they can stay to do the rec nutrition in the afternoon. And then SOAR ends end of July, so then we'll be doing summer programming in for 2 weeks in August. That's kind of like a camp, and then they stay for rec nutrition in the afternoon. And the busing will still be in place. So kids, CP Smith serves SOAR kids from all over the city. They've got one site for their SOAR program, and they come in from all over the city. We will continue that opportunity. So in the 2 weeks in August, we'll still bus kids in from throughout the city. And then the same thing in the afternoon. If they stay in the afternoon after SOAR, we'll make sure they get back to their neighborhood. So really great partnership with the school system. Can't say enough good things about working with Christy Police and, you know, her support with all that. And then really fun, we'll have a meal site at City Hall Park. mean, who wouldn't want to show up to get a meal at City Hall Park and then go play in the fountain? So rec nutrition happening at City Hall Park. And we go on to the next slide. Let me hit my notes here. So what are things that still have room? So maybe you're trying to think, what else can I do this summer? North Beach and Arletty Beach, there's still room. There's still room, so you could rent the shelters. Sport camps have lots of room, basketball, baseball, football, soccer, skateboard. I think there's 1 or 2 weeks of skateboard that maybe are full, but many of them have room. Ultimate disc golf, track and field. A couple wicked cool science camps have room. And then we still have some room at Champ Camp. And we were able to expand those numbers. That was a really big deal this summer. I know Doreen talked a little bit about that, how numbers were small last year. Now we can expand, serve more kids, which is just really exciting to be able to, the opportunities for kids this summer. If someone's kid says, I'm bored, okay, there's so much for them to be doing, but I think boredom is also really good too, because boredom leads to creativity. I just want to mention a few things for support, because all of it wouldn't be possible without some really significant support. You know, first of all, is City of Burlington. You know, a lot of these programs are supported by our taxpayers, but also we've got some really special supporters. The Pomerleau Foundation has been now for several years, been providing additional money for scholarships. A lot of those specialty camps, we make an extra effort to make sure that finances is not a reason a child does not go to, say, Lego camp or Wicked Cool camp. We do a recreation nutrition campaign every year, and we have a number of families that are just regular donors to that recreation nutrition program that really believe in the program and the good that it provides at our kids. And then we had several grants. Burlington School District's helping out this year. There was the Summer Matters federal money, and then state provided some money for childcare programs that we could, you know, just extra money for whatever you needed to help make your licensed childcare program successful. So all of that really, you know, tying it all together, it's going to be amazing summer in Burlington. So thanks to, you know, Burlington City Arts for taking such a big role with the entertainment end of it all. And then also to, you know, the staff that we have here at BPRW who are just working their tail off. They worked their tail off last summer to pull a really nice summer. It was a beautiful, wonderful summer for our visitors and our kids. But now it's just going to be even more amazing. So don't leave Burlington. Stay here. Take your summer in the fall. Spend the summer in Burlington. And anybody from around, come on in. We got lots of great stuff going on.
Wow. Thank you, Cindy. That is a ton. Parks has a great, they've got great swag for one thing, as Cindy is illustrating. They also have a great website. You go to enjoyburlington.com.
Correct.
And you can find out more details on everything that Cindy's just been going through. Thanks for highlighting what is still available there, Cindy. Great to know that there's still lots of opportunities if you're a household like ours that's still scrambling, hasn't figured out the whole summer. That's much appreciated. So with that, let's go to any media questions. Samantha, has anyone contacted you?
It's hard to believe with such a packed briefing agenda today, but I have not yet received any emails from members of the media looking to ask a question. For folks who are here, if you would like to ask a question, you can feel free to raise your hand at this point, and I would be happy to enable your microphone. So Grace Ellison from BT Digger has a question. Sorry, one second.
Mask on, so I hope it's not a Parks question, but go ahead, Grace.
Go ahead, Grace.
Okay, great. I just have a quick question on how much money the city is authorizing for these programs this summer. Do we have a ballpark number on how much the city is spending on this?
So my understanding, I'm not sure I can fully answer that question, and it's a good question, Grace. The school district, as I think you probably saw, is deploying $400,000 of their emergency funds, and I believe some of those funds are going, and maybe Doreen or Cindy, you could confirm that some of those funds are paying for some of this expanded free municipal programming.
Yes.
Doreen, is that the full? I mean, I'm not sure that captures that wouldn't capture the additional spending that's going into like some of the, that doesn't capture everything we talked about today. The City Hall Park programming is a lot of that is coming from sponsorships and is a separate budget. Do you want to speak to that at all?
Yeah, so that budget is about $140,000, and it is coming from mainly from private underwriting. That's from Northfield Savings Bank, who really stepped up to the plate, and VS ECU, and the Vermont Arts Council. Zach, who am I forgetting in the, we just got a grant from NEFA, the New England Foundation for the Arts. We're still fundraising as usual.
And we also have support from Pomelo Foundation as well, Lake Champlain Chocolates, MVP Healthcare, New York Life Insurance, and the Water Wheel Foundation.
Yeah, thank you.
For all that, all associated with different aspects of park programming this summer.
And Mayor, for us, I think it's about the 3 grants that we received between the licensed childcare, the state summer matters, and the school is a bit over $100,000 that we're getting in extra support this year to do these extra programming.
Okay. So, and some of that is captured in that $400,000.
Correct.
So
I think
if
it was
you
around.
want a detailed breakdown, Grace, we might need to follow up with you with Samantha could follow up with an email, but that gives you, I think, the basic universe.
Yeah, that helps. Thank you.
Great. Are there any other questions? I see we have several other reporters here with us. Anyone else like to be recognized? Feel free to use the raise hand function. And I see Pat. Welcome, Pat.
Hi, Mayor. Going back to your announcement that you are going to, on June 15th, I think you said, end the city basic state of emergency because the county has reached 81%. The governor has said that if the state reaches 80%, he will pretty much reopen everything. So if that occurs sooner than the 15th, how will that affect your plans, or would you change the date and accelerate, the ending of the city emergency?
Yeah, thank you, Pat. So yes, June 15th is the day that we'll end the municipal emergency. I think it's basically I want to make that announcement now for both some which for internal reasons and planning reasons. We have one of the there are some city financial functions that work differently under the emergency rules. So so that there is predictability and a kind of clear transition from this emergency posture back to a normal posture. We want to announce that date today, and we're going to stick with that. Certainly, if the governor makes changes to the statewide posture, that does have an impact on life here in Burlington in a variety of ways. That the governor's public health orders and certainly have they carry their own, as everyone understands, their own weight and their own separate authority. So that will have an impact. If we get to that welcome news that he's able to lift those public health regulations, but that is a separate announcement from the municipal announcement.
Do you think there'll be confusion from Burlington residents if we do get an earlier announcement from the state?
I think there is that potential that I have been concerned about at times, Pat, but at this point, that really shouldn't be an issue, in that with the exception of the mask ordinance that's in place for retailers and city buildings. That is really, I think, the only place at this point where the kind of public health rules that the public needs to think about and is focused on, where there's any variance. I am a little concerned about there being a conflict there. The council we'll be reviewing on June 7th whether they want to lift, eliminate that disparity. They'll have another opportunity to do that next week on June 7th. So that's really the only area where I see any kind of potential cause for confusion. Beyond that, the city and the governor's emergency order really don't overlap, and they address different issues.
Thanks, Mayor.
Great, thank you. I am looking at the attendees list, and we have several other members of the media here. I'll make the invitation to one more time. If anyone else would like to raise their hand and be recognized, now would be the time to do that. And if not, I want to say thank you to everyone who was part of this presentation today. Great to have so many members of the city team together at this Zoom conference. We are looking forward to in-person gatherings with all of you very soon. And I think we will call it there. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.